Welcome to part 3 of the 7 processes. Here we'll tackle managing a stage boundary, which follows on from the previous video of controlling a stage, and then managing product delivery, and then closing a project. Managing product delivery. So you'll know there's no surprise on the upcoming slide where this is the lowest of the swim lanes in terms of responsibility and ownership of product delivery, which is this is the team manager. So not all processes in the PRINCE2 manual are for the project manager. So we've seen the directing is for the board. Here we're seeing product delivery is for the team lead or team manager with a work package which is being controlled by the project manager. But here we are, you've accepted your work instruction as a team manager, you're accountable to the project manager according to the management system and the reporting style and method and cycle and the exception management and your tolerances. And so you are managing delivery of the product of your work stream and work package. There you go. I'm keeping quiet because there's not a whole lot to say to explain this diagram of the number of management stages and how you are managing delivery of the product if you are the team manager. The project manager may be one of the team managers. If there's several work streams, but one of them is an area of specialization of the project manager and for which it's difficult to find someone suitably qualified to be that workstream lead as well. I know this has been a long lecture or a long section on processes. I apologize for that, but in a sense one builds the excitement or just keeps the momentum going when you're looking at processes. I didn't want to break that into a couple of separate lectures, although I am working on another course with lots of lectures going into more depth on each of these processes, stages, and on the themes and principles. But this is almost the end of the processes. Managing a stage boundary. I'm already giving you warning now that I'm approaching a stage boundary, which is I'm about to get to the end of the final stage, and I'm just consolidating by saying to you, well, this is how you measure progress going through a project process of managing a stage boundary. This is done by the project manager, and the project manager is consolidating all of the information during that stage and then packaging that at the end of that management stage for the project board to examine and assure and approve that the project can go into its next management stage or can go into closing off the project. And funnily enough, that's the next slide or two. Again, not a lot to say. I've highlighted both the management stages and the managing stage boundaries to indicate the close relationship between the two. Last but not least is the process of closing a project. This can be towards the end of the final management stage when you're preparing to get to the end of the stage and you're doing the managing the stage boundary piece, to use that time to consolidate everything, and if it's all very straightforward, then put together your closure pack as well. However, you might need to get to the end of that penultimate stage in order to get the board to sign off that everything that needs to be done has been done, and to authorize you to go into closing the project, and therefore closing the project becomes a final management stage in and of itself. where you will consolidate all of the finances, you will release the resources, you will ensure that all of the documentation is filed appropriately, and you will make sure that all of the appropriate documentation is destroyed. And you would be settling the accounts with the various suppliers with whom you've worked as well. A good project manager will take the time to write some feedback on any of their colleagues who have been in their team and are going back to their normal business, team, division, so that they have on record for their ongoing performance reviews that they were part of your project and they were part of your success. So let me put in a final appearance on this series of lectures on the different processes within the PRINCE2 7 processes. I hope that my amazing diagram has helped to simplify and clarify what looks way too complex on the diagrams that I have seen, and I do hope that you've got the most out of your time spent on this course.